All right, welcome to Linton Stadium, home of the Hector Wildcats. We are here live tonight, getting ready for some junior high football, and got the Mountainburg Dragons in tonight. This matchup last season, if anybody can remember real well, I believe that was one of the games that went down to overtime, and ended up not going the way that Hector had hoped it would. But we'll see how everything goes in this one tonight. I'm up here by my lonesome, and I don't know if anybody is going to join me. I did have a few kids say something about maybe coming up here, but I have not seen them as yet. But if they decide to pop in up here, we'll get them on. Let y'all be able to listen to them instead of me. Got the Wildcat captains for tonight out on the field already, and we're still waiting on. Oh, there's the three Mountainburg players, and I don't have a roster for Mountainburg, so if you are watching from Mountainburg, you'll probably be able to know who your kids are. So, like I said, still kind of waiting for this whole thing to get started. We got about 5 minutes on the clock leading up here pre-game wise. I'll go ahead and give you the names of the Wildcat captains. Number 70, Carson Vincent. Number 77, Wesley Pruitt. And number 19, Kyler McKay.
Your captains for your Wildcats.
He has cut his hair, so it was tough for me to remember what number he was, so I had to look at the roster.
And number 70, Carson Vincent.
So here we go. The captains making their way out to midfield as we speak. Hopefully tonight we don't have the same issues with not being able to recall whose ball it's supposed to be at the second half. The White Hat out there was part of that crew the other night. And like I said, things got weird last week, but turned out fine. Some weird stuff happening at the game at Bigelow last week, and especially the night after for senior high. Go down here and see how the coin toss goes. Looks like, well, it's tough to tell numbers-wise on the fronts of the Mountainburg jerseys. Like 55, 24, and possibly 52. We've had volleyball senior night going on up the road at the multipurpose building. I have no idea how that all went. Have seen a couple volleyball players pop in up down here. And before we go ahead and get started, the pregame meal was donated by Scottsville Word of Life tonight for the junior high boys. And it looks like Mountainburg has won the toss and has decided to receive
the opening kickoff.
So, that being said, Wildcats will have the ball to start the second half, as long as nobody messes anything else up. And we got the boys getting ready to come out of the new tunnel. Don't even have the Huddle Cam kids up here tonight, so when I say I am alone, I am completely alone.
And
And here come the junior high Wildcats. Dragons make their way out onto the field as well. We're about ready to get this one going. See Brenda Housley in the chat, ready to go. Good to see you in here, Miss Brenda.
Back in for the Dragons, number 1, RJ Young, and number 22, Dayton Reed.
And right there, we got number 30, Tanner Duval, getting ready to kick this one off for the Wildcats. Oh, there's Ruger Henderson. He just popped up here behind me. Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead and put it on. So, not going to be up here by myself after all. Ruger, good to see you, man.
Good to see you too, Trey. I was going back and watching some of the Mountainburg film from last year.
Yeah.
And it looked like they still had one of the same quarterbacks, but I don't even know how I'm still allowed to go look at that film.
I think Mr. Proctor told me a little bit ago that 45, big running back out here from Mountainburg, maybe the one that might give us some fits tonight, but we'll just have to see how that goes.
Yeah, that 45, I seen him warming up. He looked pretty big. He wasn't small. He wasn't.
No, he's a large kid.
Yeah.
For junior high. Martin kicks it off, and this one is underway. And Wildcats going to bring down the return man.
Tackled by number 6, Levi Wood.
Dragons will take over 1st and 10 from their own 34-yard line.
It will be 1st and 10 Dragons, as you probably could hear. They do a little bit different stuff with the clock during junior high games. I have to be ready for it.
Yeah, they were running it weird last time.
My goodness.
Dude, that was chaos.
We haven't even had the first play, and we've got a flag. Oh, man.
How do you false start getting set up on the ball?
I'll tell you what. If anybody's ever familiar with the old show, Whose Line Is It Anyway? Sometimes everything's made up, nothing matters.
Yeah.
So that was a false start penalty, and Dragons will add, 10, 15, 1st and 15.
Run here by number 1 for Mountainburg.
Okay, number 1, RJ Young. He'll stop by a host of Wildcats, led by number 3, Bryson Aiken.
Doesn't look like a whole lot gained there, maybe a yard if anything.
Good read by our inside linebacker.
2nd down, not first. So, yeah, the penalty probably not how the junior high Dragons were wanting to start this one off, but it's not our fault.
Yeah. Blitz here by the Wildcats. Tackled by Easton.
Goodness.
Tackled by Easton Pruitt. That was like a perfectly timed blitz. Great blitz there from the Wildcats.
And they're going to lose a good bit of yardage on that one. Looks like about 3rd down and 20 coming up for the Dragons. Quarterback rolls out.
Pass.
He's going to throw it, and he's going to come down with it. Pass complete.
You got a roster for them?
I do not. I did not get a roster for Mountainburg. So,
Guess we calling numbers.
like I said, yeah. If you're watching from Mountainburg, we apologize. Nobody got us anything, but Dragons are back to 4th down and 10 now. Back to the original line of scrimmage.
I was watching their punter warm up. He's got a boot on him.
Where is the ball? Okay, there it is.
Run here
Curtis.
by Carson Curtis.
Going to take it and run it out of bounds.
Good run there from Curtis. Gives Wildcats pretty good field position. Not exactly what they want, but not bad field position.
Now, Wildcats will start this drive on the 35-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10.
I know our refs switch around a lot, our umpires,
Yeah.
refs, umpires, but I haven't seen the same crew of umpires in like our refs in a few weeks.
Well, the white hat out there is the guy that was out here for Bigelow game Friday.
Yeah,
This past Friday. So
he's here pretty much every week.
goodness gracious, what a run!
Good run there by Easton.
And it looks like Easton will pick up about 9 yards on that run. Going to make it 2nd down and 1. Mark Dodson back in at quarterback. Missed out last week on that game at Bigelow. Handoff to Curtis. Curtis is going to have the 1st down.
Carson Curtis, he's stopping number 22, Dayton Reed. That run will be good enough.
Did we change centers?
I don't know. Have we?
I think so, because our center, my 9th grade year, was Chandler, and it looks like 64 as center. I don't know who that is.
Chandler Gray?
Yeah, it was number 52 Chandler Gray last year and earlier in the season.
Sometimes you have to make some adjustments. Handoff to Curtis again. He's not going to get very much there. Might actually, nope. I think he didn't lose anything. No gain on the play.
I was actually Easton there.
Oh, that was Easton?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I've said it before and I'll say it again. The 0s and the 8s, like if you're looking at it right there,
It's hard
Easton
to tell.
is standing in front of Curtis, and from this distance and my poor eyesight at this point, the 8s look like 0s to me. So forgive me on that.
Got a motion Easton out of the back, not out of the back.
Oh,
Motion to an
snap ricochets off of shoulder of Mark Dodson. Dodson's still going to try to make something happen here. He's not going to lose a whole lot. Way less than he would have.
If you would just take the sack.
Right.
That looked like Carson on the run.
So it will be a loss of about 4. Makes it 3rd down and 14.
This might turn out to be a defensive game.
It may indeed.
Looks like we're going to drop back for a pass to Curtis.
And a little bit too low.
Carson Curtis.
We're down to 3:0 or 3 minutes. I thought it was 3:02 for a second, but so 4th down and 14. Wildcats going to punt this one away, it looks like.
Punting for the Wildcats is 10, Curtis. Pretty good punt there.
He's going to land, take a bit of a bounce. Probably might have taken a little bit more of a bounce there, but Mark Dodson there to jump on it and stop it from going too much further.
Wildcats back on defense here.
Okay, so clock Well, yeah, I was about to say White Hat mic on yet. Calling for the clock to start, and finally it does. It's 1st and 10 Dragons. Pitch out, back behind him, 15. Ball carrier, and Wildcats nearly have a man get to him. Looked like Kyler McKay.
Number 15, Levi Wilcox.
Kyler, he ain't the biggest dude, but you want to talk about one of the scrappiest ones.
That's one of the things I have tried to make clear in terms of the way things are called. I have been accused of just berating the kid because of his height, and that's not the case at all.
I love that kid. He's one of the funniest kids you'll ever meet. Great kid. Looks like they're going to...
It's like a loss of about a yard on that first down play. He's going to be a handoff to 45. That's the one we talked about. And Wildcat's going to bring him down. Number 54, Jacob Garrion, on the stop for the Wildcats.
Now that I'm looking at it, that boy looks a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Garrion is going to get the Wildcats, or give the Dragons a loss on the play. Looks like we're looking at about a 3rd down and 14. I had to stop the clock for a second because mine had gotten way too far ahead. Handoff goes to number 1, and he bumps into his own guy, but he's going to get across and get the first down.
Good run there. Really solid run there.
This stop by host of Wildcats led by number 54, Jacob Garrion.
And I believe Garrion was going to get credit for making the stop for the Wildcats on that one.
Do they play 8-minute quarters or is it 10?
It's 8. We're down to under a minute and a half left here in this first quarter. Scoreless so far.
Split backfield here. Hands it to 45.
45 is going to hit the pile and try to move it. Wildcat's going to bring him down. After a short gain, probably about 4 yards. Or maybe they're going to give him 5.
Good run there.
Yeah. 2nd down and 5 now for the Dragons. You're about down to the 30-second mark.
Handoff 22.
And number 10, Carson Curtis, there to make the stop.
Number 18, Easton Pruitt.
Did I mess that up again?
Yeah.
Good lead. Okay, we got to change these uniforms, man.
I never realized how hard it was to tell until you're looking at
I'm telling
the back
you,
of both of them. It's difficult.
And I mean, I guess in terms of how they're built, it's different. They're
yeah.
You got
And at the end of the first quarter, score.
you got Curtis as a tall, skinnier dude, and you got Pruitt who's a little bit more built, but it's still tough to tell in those uniforms. Anyway, that comes to the end of the first quarter. Like I said, scoreless, 0-0. And we get ready for the second quarter play.
Shout out to our junior high Wildcat cheerleaders.
Yeah, shout out to all the cheerleaders in general. All squads doing really well under first-year cheer sponsors. Miss Pruitt and Miss Hummer.
Yeah, they've been doing a really good job with their cheerleaders this year.
Keith Milton over in the chat says, "Go Cats." Appreciate you being here with us, Keith. As always, one's across. Go Cats, go. Scott messing with music down there. Got about 40 people over on the YouTube side of things. Appreciate y'all joining us wherever you're from. So back from the quarter change, Dragon's going to be looking at a 2nd down actually
Third down.
Third down. And what, about 5?
Maybe 6. We're going to go with what you say.
It looks. Yeah. I'll just go ahead and keep it at 3rd down and 5. And we're going to have a Wildcat. Look like made the jump there a little bit. Don't know if there was movement.
They do a clap count cadence instead of saying ready, set, go. They just down, ready, set, then just clap. It's super weird because it'll confuse you because a lot of times those teams will clap to try to get you to jump off sides.
Okay, why? Oh, I added instead of subtracting. So it was 3rd down and 6. Now it's a 3rd down and 1. Actually, inches for the Dragons after that penalty.
Handoff to number 45.
And he's going to get across for the 1st down and get a little bit extra.
45, here's stop number 18, Easton Pruitt.
Easton Pruitt making the stop for the Wildcats.
He played linebacker for us last year, and I didn't think much about it. I ain't gonna lie. He was an 8th grader, and I was like, huh? But after watching him play through that year and doing what he did last year, stopping all those plays that he stopped last year, I was impressed. I'm really impressed with Easton.
Easton is a heck of a ball player. We got a lot of those kinds of kids on this team. It's a shame that the wins haven't reflected that.
Yeah.
But the only one I think so far is that win at Magazine a couple of weeks back. But these kids play hard.
Yeah, they play with a lot of heart. And one thing that Coach G always preaches to us is to be the most physical team. And I think our junior high team is one of the most physical teams in this junior high conference.
Yeah. I mean, with just a few pieces to the puzzle, you could have that whole record changed. And there's Easton Pruitt. I'm going to get that right this time. Easton Pruitt bringing down the Dragon in the backfield for a big-time loss.
Looks like a loss of about 5.
You go from 2nd down and 3 to 3rd down and 15. So a lot of backpedaling there by that.
They try to roll out and throw that little, looks like a corner route. Just didn't work out for them.
Ball skids across the ground there, and Wildcats. Jacob Garion
got back there and made that tackle.
And Garion just blasts up in there and brings the quarterback down by his shirt tail.
Sometimes that's the one thing you can grab. I just learned tackling. Just grab what you can grab and hold on.
So 4th down and very long. Dragon's going to punt this one away.
Good punt there by the Dragons.
Curtis, he touched it and couldn't pick it up, and the Dragons going to get the ball back.
Looks like they're going to.
I mean, that's pretty cut and dry from this view that I had up here.
Yeah, Dragons ball there.
Yeah, just a little mental mistake by Curtis. He reached down and touched it as it was hitting the ground and went – momentum carried him a little bit too far forward, and Dragons pounced on it. So it's going to remain with the Dragons.
They're going to start at about the 38-ish. 34.
Yeah, 34. No, that's the 26. Math is hard. Trust me, I'm still bad about it.
You'd think playing football would get things right.
Well, you'd think after 4 years I'd get the yard markers right at this point.
Carried by 45 there. Gaining like 2 or 3. Maybe more than that.
I think that's your dad out there with the yard marker.
Yes, sir, that is.
And it looks like he's marched forward about 4 yards. So 2nd down and 6 coming up for the Dragons.
We got a Wildcat down.
Beg pardon. Did not realize that. Hard to tell who that is out there. We got the coaches around them, and your sister playing a water girl tonight.
Yeah. How in the world she managed to be a water girl, I'll never know.
Casey Millsap says 45 is a tank. Yeah, he is a large kid. And
he would scare me coming through the hole. Now, would I go hit him? Yes, but I would definitely be a little scared.
Yeah. So 52 was the Wildcat down. It's Chandler Gray. And it looks like he's got a little bit of a limp going on. Maybe it was just a cramp. Well, we're going to hope that it's a cramp.
I think they moved him to playing guard now.
He is still walking a little bit gingerly, coming back here to the sideline. Like I said, hopefully he can work out whatever is going on with him and get back in this one here before too long. So, 2nd down and 6 coming up for the Dragons.
Coach calls orange left.
Handoff goes up the middle for a minimal gain. And I was about to say, do we have another Wildcat down? No. 62 was Joe Hunt. A little bit slow to get up there, but it looks like he's all right.
We got number 30 coming in. I do believe that's
Tanner Martin.
Yeah.
Or Tanner Duval. Tanner Duval. Excuse me. Why I said Martin, I have no idea.
I think we do have a Tanner Martin on this team.
Yeah, I think we do. As I've seen that name somewhere.
Handoff 22 here.
Speaking of Duval, looked like he got a pancaked dude back here in the backfield.
Heck yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
But Dragon's going to pick up the first down.
3 minutes and 58 seconds left in the second quarter. I suck with numbers, man.
That's all right. We never claim to be ESPN up here. I just try to make it look like it.
Yeah. Carson Curtis on tackle there. Took a pretty big hit from 22, but still we got the tackle.
Good job by Curtis. Flying around and getting to his man there.
Looks like Chandler Gray's on the sideline.
Yeah, Gray has kind of laid on his back over here on the sideline. I said I don't know what it is that's hurting.
It doesn't look fun.
No. 2nd down and 9 coming up.
And
45.
45.
Yeah. He's going to get a few yards, but as Casey and Josh Millsap has pointed out in the chat, boys aren't letting them get very far. That is the good part. But that last play goes for about 5 yards. So Dragons looking at a 3rd down and a long 4.
Dragons are
clock has stopped again. It's at 2:52, and Mountainburg is going to call a timeout. 2:52, as I said, on the clock. We'll get that adjusted here in a second.
I bet running that clock is a pain, man.
I'm going to try to one of these days figure out the system. There's a way that I can point a camera at the clock and have it read what the clock actually says out there, and me not have to mess with this anymore.
Looks like Chandler Gray is taking off his pads and sitting in a chair.
See if I can get down here real quick. Yeah, there he is right there. Like I said, don't know what he was kind of limping on his way off the field, but seems like he's not doing much better since coming off the field. Like I said, hopefully it's nothing too bad serious.
Mountainburg lining up right during this next play. I'd be trying to punch it in here if I was Mountainburg. Set that tone early.
Yeah, you'd. Either team would be happy to get some points on the board here before half. Hector especially, because they will get the ball back
Coming
in the
out
second
of
half. Yeah, as long as everybody does what they're supposed to do.
22 cuts up field. Looks like a pretty good run.
And Wildcat's going to bring him down just before he gets across the goal line, but he is going to pick up the first down. It's going to be first and goal for the Dragons. We saw this junior high Wildcat defense perform pretty well at Bigelow the other night. So far, done a pretty good job. You get 45 handoff. They're going to make the stop there. Whole host of Wildcats there to bring down 45 before he can stretch across that goal line.
Number 18, Easton Pruitt.
Pruitt making the initial stop. And also going to give credit to 75, Trip Riley.
That is one dog right there. I love watching Trip play. I love watching all of our Wildcats play, to be honest with you. They're all just so cool to watch play and fun to watch play.
Quarterback going to keep it, and Mountainburg signaling for a touchdown, and finally, they're going to go ahead and give it to them. So the Dragons will strike first, 6-0, as we are down to about a minute 41 left here before half. Mountainburg had to fight for that one, though. It didn't look like it could have been a little bit short. Wildcats got to them.
I guess they're going to call it.
Yeah, I think he did reach over the goal line there and make it in, but it still looked like he was back.
I think number 1 for Mountainburg, fumble there.
Ball's out, and play is going to be blown dead. 2-point conversion is no good. I don't know why the clock ran there. It's an untimed bit of business. It still should be about a minute and 41 seconds. But Wildcats keep the Dragons out on that 2-point conversion. So, like I said, 6-0. Keith Milton says, hit that big boy low and he'll drop like a stone. Yep. That's what you'd hope would happen there.
Yeah, but when you hit them low, the one bad thing that comes with that, if you hit them in their knees, they fall directly on top of you.
Right. You get landed. Did you see the I figure you probably saw the clip of the big boy that like belly flopped onto another kid.
Yeah,
I don't remember where that was at, but
I've had it happen to me. After they do that, it's like all the breath out of your lungs is just gone.
Okay, so I'll just go ahead and let my clock run down to a minute and 35. It's all right.
Kickoff here by Mountainburg. Caught by Mason White. Trying to cut up field.
White will get down to about, looks like the 33. And that's where the Wildcats will start off, 1st and 10.
Is number 9 the one that they call Sunshine?
For Mountainburg?
For our team.
Oh.
I think his name's
Paxton. 9. Paxton Harris?
Yeah.
I have no idea what they call him.
I think they call him Sunshine at school. I could be wrong, but he's cool to watch. He's a cool dude. Really cool dude to hang around.
Yeah, I have me being stuck over in the tech office. I don't get a chance to meet and talk to as many people as I'd like to.
Pass to Curtis.
And it's not going to go for much. Probably actually going to be a little bit of a loss on the play.
Still got the clock running here. Does a play not stop the clock like after a play?
A pass play that's complete and not a first down, clock will continue to run. After first down, the clock is supposed to stop. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't.
I don't know how the clock works. I just know
Dotson tries to get a pass out, and it's going to be picked off. It was he was looking for Huntley Parks there, and I think probably just stared Huntley down a little bit too much. And so Dragons going to get the interception and go back on offense. As we're down to 46 seconds officially. If the Wildcats can keep the Dragons out of the end zone here, and they're calling for the clock to go ahead and start, so maybe we will be able to get through the half here without another Mountainburg score. Like he's going to pass. Long pass.
Picked by Kyler McKay.
Wildcats. Kyler McKay going to pick it right back off for the Wildcats. And once again, looked like the quarterback just kind of stared his receiver down a little bit too much. Kyler got up there and got a hold of it.
Heck yeah, that's what I'm talking about. They get a pick, you go get a pick.
Yep. That is 2 picks in 2 weeks for Kyler McKay.
For real?
Got one last week at Bigelow against a much taller receiver. Actually, no, maybe it was just a regular pass going to McKay, but he caught it. So Curtis trying to find some room to work with, and he's going to be brought down in the backfield.
Taken down by number 22, Dayton Reed.
I believe they said brought down by number 22, Dayton Reed, if I've heard that name correctly. And probably if the Wildcats even attempt to run a play here, 3, 2, 1, and yeah, we're not going to get another play. It's going to take us to the end of the first half here. Mountainburg up on the Wildcats 6-0 as we go into halftime break. So, yeah, I mean, just kind of an odd little last few seconds of the first half there. Wildcats throw a pick, and then Mountainburg gives it right back to them with their own. And so, I mean, a lot of good effort by the defense trying to make some things happen. But, yeah, 6-0, not an insurmountable lead.
Not at all.
No.
That's kind of what you want going. If they're going to score, don't let them score a lot. That's kind of what you want going into half.
And like we said a little bit ago, Chandler Gray, he's I don't know if they're even going to try to take him to the locker room. He seems to be in a pretty good amount of pain. We got the cheerleaders out here. We'll go ahead and keep it on them, let them go through their routine. Sometimes the coughs will hit you when you least expect it. I'll tell you what, the other thing they have to deal with sometimes is absolutely just losing your voice. And I did that last year during basketball season.
That sucks because you're sitting there trying to talk and you want to say something and then you can't say nothing.
I sounded like this a lot of the time a few games last year with basketball. But cheerleaders have made their way out. So we will shut up and let y'all see this halftime show.
shake, now drop. Shake, now drop. Shake, now drop.
All right, welcome back to Linton Stadium, and we're getting ready for the second half play. Kind of a quick halftime break. They only let us have about 8 minutes, and cheerleaders took a good bit of that. We got out to enough that I could run my ads, but anyway, as we get ready to come back for the second half, Wildcats find themselves down 6-0 to the Mountainburg Dragons. But they will be receiving the ball unless we have another situation where the referees forget.
So what actually happened there was Mountain Pine said, or
That was Bigelow.
Bigelow said they wanted to defer, and the umpire looked at Grayson and said, "Do you want to kick?" Grayson didn't say anything, but he looked at Grayson and said, "Do you want to kick?" And Grayson goes, "I guess." And saying that means Bigelow gets the ball both first and second half. It's a rule with that.
See, I've kind of heard that story, but I also heard that there was more of a mix-up with the referees. I don't know. I don't know what the official story was, but anyway, Huntley Parks is back deep to return for the Wildcats, and Dragons about to kick this one away. I don't know if they will kick it that deep or not. It's a pretty good kick. And it's going to be returned.
Mason's going to get a pretty big gain there.
Good job.
Good run by Mason White there.
Mason White, I think, making a little bit of a return. He hasn't been out here on the field with us for a couple of games maybe?
I don't know. I'm gonna be honest. I haven't been really paying attention to the past 2 games. But most of the games so far this year I've been paying attention to. But the past 2 games I've been busy.
Yeah. Well, the last few for the junior highs have been on the road. This is the first home game back in a couple of weeks, and so anyway, 1st and 10. For the Wildcats.
Carson Curtis in the backfield. Hands it off to Huntley Parks.
And big number 45 out there to set up a wall, basically, and keep that run from getting much of anything. Looks like it's going to be a loss of about 2 yards. Brings up a 2nd down and 12. Actually, no, it's just a yard loss. Excuse me. 2nd down and 11. Hand off to Easton Pruitt. Pruitt going to charge ahead for a pretty good gain. So they'll get that yard back plus about more. 6.
Doesn't look like Mark Dotson is in the game.
3rd down and about 4 left for the Wildcats.
Hand off to Huntley again.
Huntley is going to be stopped before he can get across to the 1st down.
Probably got a gain of about 1 there.
I believe you're right. So 4th down and 3. Looks like for the Wildcats. You said it didn't look like Mark was out there at quarterback?
No, it looks like Carson has been out there at quarterback.
Well, we saw that a little bit last week. Carson stepped in at quarterback at Bigelow. Did a pretty decent job. Good roll.
Good punt there.
Yeah.
Really good punt
there. Going to get
there.
down to the 10. And that's where the Dragons are going to start this next drive off. 5:43 left here in the 3rd quarter. Jason Lemaire watching on YouTube and commenting on Facebook. Appreciate you being here with us. Yeah, if you're gonna comment, most of the time you're probably better off to be on Facebook to do that, because sometimes it takes me a little while to see a YouTube comment. I don't look at it as close as I do the Facebook side of it. First and 10 Dragons. It's going to be a handoff for very little. Actually, maybe.
Number 1, RJ Young. He is taken down by
Actually, no. It wasn't going to be a no handoff. I believe 1 is their quarterback.
I think so. He has been for the past.
Looked like there was a handoff there. I saw Big 45 out there moving along with him, so it looked like it was a handoff. But I think maybe they're going to pick up a yard on that, if anything. So we'll go ahead and say second down and 9. And this time it is going to be a handoff. And a good run there by number 22. Going to be stopped by Kyler McKay, but he will pick up the first down. Good job by McKay to get out there and bring him down before he could get anything else.
I'm really impressed with our Wildcat defense here.
Yeah, the defense
is doing really good.
Yeah, has been playing pretty well. Handoff goes to 45 this time. He's going to get a few more than he has in previous runs.
Okay, number 45, Daniel Soul. Missed up number 6.
And looks like he's going to pick up about 9 on that run. Second down and 1 coming up for the Dragons. Handoff 22. Huntley Parks is there. He's going to swing him around and bring him down finally. It's going to be a loss on the play.
I'm going to say this about Mountainburg. They have some tough runners.
Oh, yeah.
They don't want to go down.
It seems to be an ongoing thing with Mountainburg. They have some runners that are tough to bring down, just some tough kids in general, but
their runners are especially – they look on the senior high side of things, they have about a bajillion formations that they'll just run the ball out of.
So Wildcat's going to get to the quarterback and bring him down. Sorry I didn't have the camera on there following it too well. Garion going to be in there on the stop, and it's going to be a loss again for the Mountainburg Dragons, and they're going to be pushed back to 4th down and 10.
They're doing pretty – Mountainburg's making some good gaps here, but they just couldn't get it upfield when they need to.
You know, like I said, the defense is doing a really good job. Curtis just going to let that one go on past him, and it's going to stop at about the 39.
You could hear Coach G yelling Peter down there. Carson just wants that football.
The code word for leave it alone, step away from it, as we've talked about before. So a good 3 and out for the Wildcat defense. And they will get the ball back. 1st and 10. On, like I said, the 39. So it does look like Curtis out there. When we take the snap, Pruitt goes in motion. Curtis looking to throw, and he was looking for McKay out there and just went a little bit too far over.
Great effort there by Kyler. You don't see many wide receivers really trying for the ball like that, like putting their bodies on the line anymore.
They'll find him here in a minute.
Yep.
It's kind of like Drew a couple of weeks ago. He, especially that Danville game, had a little bit of trouble finding his receivers, and then comes back to the next one and didn't have any trouble at all.
Yeah. Drew's dad, Michael, told me he's averaging about I think he said 240 yards passing, which is really, really, really good.
Well, was that another pass play?
I wasn't paying attention.
I was watching, looked like number 5. Huntley Parks had went a good deal forward. He had found himself a hole. I thought he was the ball carrier, but apparently he was not.
We got Mark back in at quarterback. Carson that wide out. Drops back to pass. Pass to Carson here.
And
doesn't get anywhere.
Dragon defense, yeah, they're going to get to him.
Loses yards right there, in fact.
He is stopping number 3, Easton Gregory, and number 55, Jonathan Jones.
Easton Gregory and Jonathan Jones. Sorry, I'm having to listen to the PA announcer down here to know who some of these Mountainburg kids are. But it's going to be 4th down for the Wildcats. They're going to punt this one away again. Curtis getting ready to boot this one. And
doesn't have any time at all.
Yeah, Dragon's going to get to him.
Flag on the play.
We got flags.
There's a flag on the play.
So I don't know if that was just a little bit of miscommunication on the snap, and then Mountainburg had 3 guys.
They had 3 guys there
heading
back
after
there.
Curtis. So Curtis did not even get a chance to
even get a kick at the ball. They had 3 guys back there before he could even blink.
We're going to have a face mask against the Dragons.
Is that not like a first down?
Yeah, I mean,
I thought a face mask was like 15 yards.
Yeah, that's not much of a face mask penalty.
Apparently not.
But they're going to let the Wildcats try the punt again. This time, Curtis managed to get it, and it's going to take a good little roll. And Wildcats going to down it at about the 34. So yeah, a little bit strange there on that face mask penalty, but in any event, ball will go back to the Dragons. Got 1:23 left here in the third quarter. Tomorrow night, the senior high group, which Ruger is a part of, will be making the trip up to Mountainburg, take on the Dragons.
We'd love to see y'all show up there. Mountainburg is a really hard place to play at.
Sometimes you get up there and the field is soaking wet. It may not have rained for 2 weeks. We may have been in drought conditions, but that field will be soppy. And Wildcats having some trouble bringing down 22. They're going to finally get to him. He's still trying to churn up field. They're going to finally bring him down on the 35. That's going to be a huge gain for the Dragons.
Good run there for the Dragons.
Number 62, Joe Hunt.
I think they just lost track of the man they needed to be following. 22 made it upfield a good bit, and so that's some of that running that we talked about a little bit ago.
Yeah, the running for Mountainburg has always been really good. You have got to be big and got to not let them go anywhere. They're going to go somewhere with it.
Quarterback going to try to find his way around. He's going to go around the right side. He's going to pick up the first down. Still on his feet. Wildcats still having a little bit of trouble getting to him. Finally going to get him and bring him down.
This stop number 18, Easton Pruitt, and number 5, Huntley Parks.
Easton Pruitt, Huntley Parks on the stop.
Good stop there. Way to put your head down and say, nah, y'all ain't going nowhere. Or going anywhere anymore.
There was 35 seconds on the clock. It's restarted, so mine... Keith points out in the chat that face mask should have been first down for the Wildcats. So, yeah, like I said, Keith, sometimes doesn't really matter. It depends on what crew you get.
Yeah. I always as far as I know, I always thought that face masks were a 15-yard penalty, automatic first down, but I guess not.
But that's going to do it for the third quarter of play, and score remains 6-0 Mountainburg Dragons.
That was a quick third quarter there.
Yeah, it flew by. These junior high games will sometimes just fly by really quick
and sneak up on you.
Yeah.
Score still Mountainburg 6, Wildcats nothing. Hopefully the Wildcats can put something together.
Yeah, they need to get themselves a good defensive stop, getting in here into this fourth quarter play, and try to put together a good offensive drive and get downfield, get some points.
Yeah.
I mean, but if we do, you only get 6 out of it. You get. Did they call another tie like we saw at Bigelow?
I didn't even know that was a thing.
It shouldn't have been. It should not have been. Like I said, last week was just full of weirdness. That in a conference game,
yeah,
it should have been allowed to continue. But apparently, the officials that night were done. They checked out. They were ready to go home. So
that happened. Y'all can make fun of me, but I'm a Cowboys fan. That happened to the Cowboys that same week, and I was like, "What the heck?" I didn't even know a tie in football was a thing. I thought it just automatically went to like an overtime.
Well, the last one of the last times there was a tie, and the one that made sense to not go ahead and keep playing it was a few years back, like the first year that I was live streaming. We had Quitman here, and it came down to a tie. It had been raining. We had a rain delay that night, so it was getting late into the evening for that game to be getting finished. And but it was non-conference. It didn't matter. It was beginning of the season. There wasn't anything going to be gained from it. So,
like in a non-conference game, I could understand a tie, but when it's a conference game, you've got to play that out.
Yeah, I feel like you were supposed to play that one out. For whatever reason, we didn't that night.
And that was super, super odd to me. I don't know.
But, back for the fourth quarter now, and it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Dragons.
Not quite in the red zone yet, but looks like they're going to try to bully their way into the red zone.
And it looked like number 75, Trip Riley there to bring him down. Oh, I forgot to set my clock back. Sorry about that, y'all. I got busy gabbing. Okay, so we're down to about 7.5. And start. All right.
Looks like Mountainburg's coming out of this half with a newfound.
I don't know where we lost the second down at. Maybe I was just mixed up there. This is the third down play, I guess.
I thought it was second.
Your dad's yard marker out there shows third down. So, Dragon's going to pick up the first down there, and they're looking at a 1st and goal situation now.
In the red zone now, maybe we can make something out of it. Make something out of nothing.
I'd like to see a good red zone defense here.
Yeah. I love seeing a good – if you can get a stop in the red zone, like a stop and they're at the 1 yard line, that's one of my favorite things to watch in football. I love that.
Yeah. Quarterback going to take it himself. He is going to be stopped before he can get across the goal line. Good job by the Wildcat defense. Shift this camera down just a little bit. Getting the Bill of Ruger's hat. It's all right. You ain't got to move. It's all right. But, good stop by the Wildcats on 1st and goal. Now it's going to be 2nd and goal.
Split backfield again. Mountainburg jumps off sides there.
False start penalty against Mountainburg.
Mountainburg going to be gifted a false start penalty. And they'll back up 5 yards.
Gifted is one way to say it. I don't think they wanted that.
That was on purpose.
Yeah.
Maybe I should have said the recipient.
Yeah.
The recipients of a false start penalty. And while we've been sitting here talking, Ruger, I see your grandma, Susan, cutest two water girls, and talking about Piper, and she actually talks about you, her nanny's handsome grandson.
Oh man,
sorry.
that is that a touchdown? Are they gonna call that?
Number 22, Dayton Reed.
I believe Wildcats are going to get the stop there, and sorry about that. I did not have my camera on it.
Mark Dotson.
Number 8, Mark Dotson there to make the stop for the Wildcats
They are
on second and goal. So now it's going to be third and goal.
3rd and goal. And they are on.
Yeah, the nose of the football looks like it's right on the goal line. If the Wildcats can get another stop here, I mean, they're going to go for it on 4th. You know that.
Yeah.
But at least two more good stops.
If they just get one, even just one more.
Yeah.
I don't know if they.
Hey, they kept Bigelow out of the end zone for 3 plays the other night.
Heck yeah. Oh yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, we're going to have a timeout by the Dragons. I think I forgot to set my timeouts back after that first half was done. So Mountainburg is going to have 2 timeouts left. We're just going to act like I didn't mess that up. Won't take another one away from them.
Playing senior high football is really fun. Don't get me wrong. One thing I missed getting to come out here to senior high football night games.
Oh,
just
yeah.
enjoying it. It's fun. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, you used to be up here in the box with me running the camera for the coaches.
Yep.
Letting the clock get back in line. We're down to 5:28. Like I said, I get busy gabbing and
Yeah.
didn't pay enough attention there. So maybe I can get it to where it needs to be before they come back to play.
If the Wildcats can just get 2 solid, firm stops, not let them get in, bury their nose into the ground, and just say, no, you ain't moving.
Yeah.
That's what we need.
Susan giving a shout out to her son-in-law, your dad, Chad.
Yep. I'm glad to see she doing well. She's been.
Yes, I saw that she'd been in the hospital. So
Yeah, she doing. As far as I know, she's doing a lot better now. But
glad you're out here with us tonight, Susan.
and they
Mountainburg
push it
going.
in.
Yep.
RJ Young.
So the Dragons get back into the end zone. Another 6 points. Makes it 12-0. Dragons with 5:24 left in the ball game and a 2-point conversion attempt coming up. I assume it will be a 2-point conversion. Not many junior high teams you see out there trying to make kicks.
I don't think I've ever seen a junior high team make a kick. I could be wrong. I don't know.
I don't know if I have in a while, but yeah, Mountainburg lining up for 2. And we're going to have flags before the attempt.
What was that flag on?
That is, they say an offsides penalty, which usually that's false start.
False start and offsides penalty, same thing.
False start is when the offense goes too early, and then offsides is when the defense goes too early. So, yeah, Mountainburg must have jumped a little bit before that attempt. Keith. yeah, I won't repeat that, but yeah, you're right, Keith. Garrion trying to chase down.
And they busted in for the
Wow. I thought Garrion was right there on him. So 2-point conversion is good by number 1. I believe they said his name is RJ Young. Makes it 14-0 Mountainburg. And I said, Wildcats need to get something going on offense here. At least try to get some points on the board. That'd be nice. And for whatever reason, they ran the clock during that 2-point conversion attempt, which is not a thing.
That's kind of odd. I don't understand the clock sometimes. I don't know.
It's all kind of a matter of who's running it.
Yeah.
So I'll go ahead and let a few seconds run off here. Mountainburg gets ready to kick off to the Wildcats. Now what? Huntley Parks
What happened?
got.
Number 5, Huntley Parks.
Did he fair
Did
catch
Huntley signal for a fair catch?
it? No, I was watching Huntley this whole time. He didn't signal for nothing.
Good grief. I mean, if he, I don't know what it, I didn't see his arm up like he was signaling anything, but I don't know. I'm not even going to.
I don't know. That's odd. We've had a lot of odd occurrences these past few games for both junior high and senior high.
Yeah. And Onyet calling for the clock to run. I have my own thoughts about some of that. Dotson's going to go on the run. And it's
Good run there. Pretty good run. I think about a 6-yard gain, maybe 6 or 7.
This number 28, Logan Reed.
see where the yard marker gets planted.
Further than that,
It's like Mark's going to pick up nearly a full 10 yards. It's going to be 2nd down and 1.
I'd say 2nd down in inches.
Yeah. Dodson trying to get free, and he does. Dodson.
Good run there.
That play looked like it was dead in the water, and that Dodson was caught back there. He slips out and gets free, gets a couple of good blocks, and Dodson gets way farther up the field. Good job by Mark. Handoff this time.
Is that to Easton? Yeah, that is to
Yep,
Easton. Pruitt.
Easton Pruitt.
They're on the run.
Pruitt going to pick up about 3 yards on that run and make it 2nd down and 7.
Drop back to pass again.
Dodson going to heave it. A little bit of contact down there, but no flags.
He had Carson Curtis wide open in the flats. Wide open.
Yeah, he was looking for number 1 Stearns out there. Stearns is a tall kid.
He
got a receiver look to him.
He reminds me a lot of Landon Larson
Yeah,
last year.
right. You can see it.
Timeout, Wildcats.
And Wildcat's going to call a timeout.
Just the way he runs and plays just reminds me. The way he's built, too, reminds me of Landon Larson last year.
Yeah. I saw Larson dressed out last week, didn't I? Yeah.
Yes, sir, he did. They're finally letting him dress out because he had snap. If y'all didn't know,
Yeah, he messed up his ankle pretty good.
Yeah, it was on that drop hit tackle thing that the NFL just banned, and it just caught his ankle weird.
Yeah.
I thought he was about to take it for a touchdown.
Yeah, Larson ended up sitting out from everything pretty much until football season rolled back around. I think last week was the first time he had officially dressed out and was.
Yeah, the week before last, he dressed out, but he didn't. He couldn't play.
He was cleared.
He was cleared.
Cleared last week.
Coach was like, just stay on the sidelines. You can dress out or whatever, but don't want to risk. Give that ankle another few days just to make sure it's good.
Yeah.
Now he has been a full participant in practice.
So back from that timeout, it's going to be 3rd down and 7. Dodson trying to get away from the pressure, and he's going to be brought down way far back in the backfield.
That is not good for the Wildcats there. Not really what you want to see on third down there.
So, yeah, 4th down and a mile for the Wildcats.
Are they going to go for it here?
No, ain't no way. Maybe they are. It looks like they are. Dotson looking to heave it. And he was looking for number 2, Mason White, down there. Could not connect. And that's going to be a turnover on downs, and it will be Dragons football.
Coach Cooper looks like he's trying to get something going, which rightfully so. When you're down by 14 here, you
probably trying to see, if he could get something. I mean, you had White was a good bit ahead of his defender out there, and White just had to stretch a little bit too much and just could not haul it in. A good effort though.
Yeah, great effort. Looks like Mark tried to throw it a little bit too late, just a little bit out of his range.
He'll get there eventually.
Yeah. I mean, everybody's got to start somewhere.
Yeah. It's 1st and 10 Dragons. Going to be a run up the middle. I believe that's that big number 45.
It is that big number 45. That man has just been a tank tonight.
Trip Riley on the stop for the Wildcats after a pickup of about 5. Maybe 4, close to 5. We'll just go ahead and say 2nd and 5. It's close enough to being right there in the middle. And before the snap, we're going to have flags on the play.
False start penalty against Mountainburg.
It's going to be another false start penalty against the Dragons.
These quarters are just flying by, man. I figured they'd be 10 minutes long. No wonder that change to junior high to senior high is just so drastic that you're just not used to playing that long of quarters in that long period.
Yeah. Clock is running already. We need to get the game done and over with, but running the clock sometimes when it's not ready to go, I don't understand. Referees just don't want to spend the time out here.
Okay, number 22, Dave Lee. He's got number 62, Joe Hunt.
Number 62, Joe Hunt on the stop for the Wildcats. And we got another timeout, I believe.
I think it's a Wildcat timeout.
Yeah, I believe you're right, because Wildcats are only showing 1 on the board remaining. And looks like we're going to have a 3rd down and about 8 coming up for the Dragons. Like I said, tomorrow night, if you're able to make the trip, come on up to Mountainburg and watch the senior high boys looking to go 6-0. 6-0 for the first time, and like I said, I can't even keep tracking it anymore. That's got to be...
It's been a minute. It's been a while.
2016, 2015, I don't remember what year, but...
I think it was 2016 when we were last 3-0. I think it was longer since we were last 5-0.
Yeah. It's been breaking a lot of new ground here. Quarterback going to keep it.
Outside linebacker kind of jumped inside there.
And
still a good effort to try to make that play, though.
Young is going to be run out of bounds by Aiden Hawkins. That's going to be another first down for the Dragons. It's the 1st and goal. And Dragon's just going to take a knee.
Are they already hopping into victory formation?
Yeah. Kind of strange.
With this many minutes, with this long left?
Yeah, over a minute and a half. I mean, I guess they can run the play clocks down.
I guess they're going to just try to run the clock down.
So make the nice single drive to Mountainburg to support these guys.
Yeah, Scott, just kind of going over the same thing that I did. Yeah, like I said, if you're able to make the trip up to Mountainburg tomorrow night for the senior high boys.
I'll say this coming from one of us, it's going to be a show. It's going to be a good time.
Mountainburg going to take another knee, and yeah, I think that they will be able to. They're just going to milk this play clock, take it as low as they can before they go ahead and kneel on it. 30 seconds on the play clock, 53, actually 50
on the clock here. I've never seen a team jump into formation like that this early.
Yeah, that quick. I figured they'd at least run one more play. I mean, especially this close to the end zone, you're in first and goal. You might as well.
Run one more, let them throw one or something. I've never seen a team hop into victory this early.
Yeah, they took it down to 1 second on the play clock, and then went ahead and took the knee. And yeah, that's going to be enough for the Dragons.
Hector Wildcat 0.
Well, looks like the Wildcats did not come out with it.
Got to change the quarter. We were in the fourth that whole time. Yeah, that's going to do it. 14-0, your final here in this one. Mountainburg with the win, and just another tough night for the junior high Wildcats. And like I said, they're young. As I look here at this roster, there is a few ninth graders, a lot. Well, actually, way more. I got to looking down further down the list, but it's a young team, and they're gonna get better as they go.
Yeah. I think next year, as all these ninth graders, I think they're going to be, or all these eighth graders moving up to ninth grade, I think they're going to be a really salty team, hard team to play.
Yeah, so you kind of have to take a few lumps, as you're growing up and
getting bigger, trying to get bigger, trying to get stronger.
Yeah, this group will be fine, I think, in the next couple of years, and you get a few pieces of the puzzle put back in and some things figured out, then they're going to be fine for another few years to come. But Ruger, I appreciate you being up here with me tonight, man.
Yes, sir.
I didn't think I was going to have anybody, and he's stepped up again. You've asked me I don't know how many times about getting on the mic, so we've been able to get you on twice this year.
Yep.
And like I said, tomorrow night we'll be in Mountainburg. Hopefully my internet situation will be able to work. I've never really had too many problems up there, but be on and live at 7 o'clock for the kickoff. And like I said, hopefully walk out of Mountainburg 6-0. But until then, everybody have a good rest of your night, and go Cats.